edge, it'll already get them in that like neutral plane. So she's going to be in slight ulnar deviation. So all you're doing is to try to find your CMC joint, you're just going to kind of wiggle the thumb around. It's going to be like right in there. So I'm lining up my stationary arm with the radius, and then I'm lining my movable arm with the metacarpal, which is like right here. So what I'm going to do here is that if I ask you to do thumb thumb extension or CMC extension, I'm going to have her bring her thumb up, and then I'm just measuring like this. Sorry. And so that is going to be 0 to 27 degrees. And then if I start off at 0 again, so again I'll just wiggle to make sure I'm like in the right spot. And then I'm going to ask her for CMC flexion, to bring it across, and then just lining up like this. So, and what's tricky is that don't let the thenar part, you really want to feel for the metacarpal bone, which is going to be here. So even though you want to go down here, you really want to make sure that it's lined up to the metacarpal bone. So, and then from here, you actually have good range. So you're going to be about 25, 26. So 0 to 26. So that's for CMC flexion and extension. Okay? So always start off in slight ulnar deviation. That way you can line it up to 0 and you don't have to do any subtraction, of that. Now we are going to do MCP, right? Flexion and extension. So here, now I'm going to move my stationary arm to the metacarpal. My axis is going to be over the MCP joint, and then my movable arm is going to go across the proximal phalanx. So if I ask her to do flexion, so all I'm going to just do, flexion, I'm just going to line it up like this. So and this is actually hitting, so I would do it across, the edge of the table. Can you go more? Okay. So it would be 0 to 70 degrees. And then I would do the same thing for So for your IP, it would be stationary arm goes over the proximal phalanx, your movable arm goes across the distal phalanx, and your axis is going to be the IP joint. So can you go more? Good. 0 to 90 degrees, which is normal. So you're normal. And then if you're going to do for extension, same thing. I'm going to go across. This is going to be tricky. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go, again, stationary arm goes over the metacarpal, and then your movable arm is going to go across the proximal phalanx, and then your axis is going to be your actual metacarpal joint. But it's going to be on the volar surface when you're doing the extension. So, or actually we can do it sideways, like this. So what I would do here is just kind of line it up like this, and then just ask you to bring your thumb back as much as you can. And then just line it up like that. It's not that much. And then, so she is from 0 to about 9 degrees. And if you think about it, it's just a little bit. Some people can, get up to 0, but that's actually good. Usually it's about 0, not very much. And then now your IP is actually very good. So what you would do here, and this is where it's tricky, so the stationary arm is going to go across the proximal phalanx, and your movable arm is going to go across the distal phalanx, and your axis is your actual IP joint. So with this one, because this is so long, sometimes it's easier to do it off to the side if you wanted to. But what I would do here is if I line that up, and then I would just have you bring it back like this. And so she is from 0 to about 52 degrees. Nice. Now with